Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night. And let's jump into the charts. So, the Fed saved for now, at this moment, stocks again. Excuse me. So, after months without making a single Ripple purchase, they made Friday, if I'm not wrong. Well, one of these days, they bought $500 billion in a single day. So, and we had a bearish scenario, right? So it was just in time. And now they are talking about 500, 600 billions. So this thing is going insane. And even though a very small move, excuse me. So, yeah. So the pattern is broken. Yes, it is. It is broken. And but it's still awful. Yes. And there is nothing I can do now. You have to wait again and again because the potential scenario that we had just changed. So now we need another one. I don't know why, but I still believe they are not going to make this clear. It's probably going to be a flash event when the time comes. But yeah, so today it opened with a big gap, went down, probably closed the gap already. Yeah, so they just closed the gap, and now we have to see how this is going to unfold. Dollar. Well, the witchcraft stuff is looking great so far, and I'm kind of impressed with this. And I am probably looking for a long, at least one. I will have to scan the Forex pairs. So far it's looking great. Of course, we are using something new. So it's a new playground, right? The conventional method doesn't apply here because it's not symmetrical. And we understand most of the times things on the dollar are not symmetrical or clear. So let's see if maybe this approach can help. Euro. So you guys know the reason I'm using the moving average is to observe how price behave at the negative territory, which is the lower band right here down below. And I was using the average to see the behavior of price in this range. Again, on the bullish pattern, stayed above. On the bearish pattern, it's staying below. So yeah, that's another thing to take into consideration because again, folks, the moving averages are just a representation of time in X amount of time. A technical analysis is not being made based on moving average. It's not support, it is not resistance. It cross one each other all the time. There is no relevance, okay? If you're using moving average, beware. It's a dead end, okay? If it was accurate, if it was there, if it was a big deal, everybody would be using it, okay? So this being said, almost a 90% retrace. Usually it's around 80 and 20%. So before the close of this candle, I will probably short in the next 1 hour and a few minutes. But there is another thing to take a look at here, which is Just a second. Let's work on this again. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Now the middle one. And yes. Now what I want. Here. Mm, Let me use another line for the 50 because I can't cheat here. Very small, very little. Oh, I see you. Yes, right here. That's it. So, what the first line here, this one, is from 2/50 and then goes straight, okay, without any adjustment. The lower one, this one right here, is all the 50s. Or if I'm not wrong, this one here on the middle will be broken. So let me take a look again. Yes, a little bit. A bit of a... yes, so just a little bit below, but still relevant. Again, there is no rule for this, okay? So these are the early stages of development. So observation, study, and etc. is necessary here. I'm just trying to see with a different perspective or another perspective because we're not going to have all these scenarios often. So as much information we can get from it, better. Just a second. Go again. So this is very, very interesting. Okay, so for a trading perspective, we have what? A rising wedge. Rising wedges are always bearish. Lower high compared with the previous high. Let's take a look on the big one here. So we had a golden, which is not 80%, but it's close to 84, 85, if I'm not wrong. Still all the way bearish. Usually, it goes for 80, usually. So we are close. but it would be a new high, which is kind of unlikely. My 2 cents, there is no way to make such a call. So that's what I will do. I will short in the next 1 hour. But again, remember, short here means a long here. And a long here means actually a short there is a long here, and a long here is a short there. Okay, so it's just the same thing. The only difference it is inverted. You guys know the drill. So yeah, I will do this. So again, the only thing that is clear is the rising wedge. I'm confident I'm not, because the Ripple purchase from the Fed usually are a punch in the dollar. So that's why I'm not confident, but still I'm going to do this, especially because if I don't, and I only keep shorting and shorting, it is not a good deal. If I'm not participating, I won't learn it properly. You know, remember the experience, remember what happened, and etc. Okay. So yeah, that's money on the table for me. Coinbase. There is another change here, which means this pivot is still somewhat not reliable. So I will wait before acknowledging this one. So far it's 1, developing 2, perhaps another low, perhaps another hit soon. And then we end up with a bullish pattern on the 4 hours, which is great, reliable. And we have a breach on the lower section. And then we are going to find out soon. Tesla, bearish development, just like we had on Dow Jones. Okay, so still bearish development. There is a golden retrace here, gold rejection, bearish. Apple, same thing. Bearish retracement, still on the golden range. Still developing a bear. It's not full bear, but yeah, still a bear. Gold. There is a micro morning star. A little one, very little, shiny right here. That's very bearish. And as you guys know, I'm waiting for a pullback and also to see how the gold will behave against the dollar if the dollar is set to go up. Yeah, so let's take a look on silver. So on silver, it's almost crystal clear. That's 2 shooting stars in a row, both rejected from the golden, and very bearish for the short time frame of this, right? And yeah, perhaps a short here as well. So this is the daily. Yeah, so maybe a big pattern. Yeah, let's see. Maybe I will focus on the euro. I'm still not sure. I don't like to trade silver because it doesn't pay a lot of money, and but the gold does. So I still think about it. I don't like small positions because I care less for them. It's a limitation that I have, so I'll play following the rules. Ethereum, I am a bit concerned because we have all this action here, but it's not clear. if is this or they are trying to acknowledge this like a double bottom, you know, like A, because there is a hull breach. So this is not a double bottom, but could be considered, but there is no validation. So if there is no validation, if not clear, it's complicated. Again, can this be a big bear? Yes, but it is not clear. It is not. I look at this every day and I still can't find anything. And to be honest, I really don't know if it's a bull or a bear. On Bitcoin, we have a bear, so maybe this is a bear following, but I'm still not sure. And also the pattern broke, as you guys can see. It doesn't mean it is bullish, okay? Not so far. But again, we will find soon, and there is no way to make such a call now. XRP, XRP. So I talked about this the last update, also on the public video, because the pattern here is broken as well. You guys remember we were acknowledging this one here. The lower line is still correct, but I have a question, and the nature didn't change it. Still what? Still bearish. Bearish nature, still bearish. You guys remember maybe what is happening here? Maybe A and B and a C. Maybe there is no way to make such a call if the thing doesn't happen. That's not how Elliott works. We can acknowledge the thing, the whole, but then we can make calls on the void. Okay? Perhaps it seems. There is another scenario that I was taking a look and thinking about, but I don't see how it would be possible because it's not clear. If maybe, if possible, this. But the only problem with this guy, it's because here I'm using a lower high. I should go from the previous one. The problem with this line here, because it's too close, okay? Price won't behave like this. You know, won't happen. So it's exotic, and even if I do this, still not accurate. You see? So there is a problem here because it was possibly clear and now it is not. So the only thing we know that this can possibly be the midway, previous high, top, better off midway, the outcome, right? So 1, 2, and 3 steps. Possibly possible scenario. I will wait patiently. And here, using the new method, we had a change here, deviation from the pattern. So this is going to be very interesting to measure a different structure. So let's say something like this, right? Because it expands, right? So something like this. So it will be a different scenario to study, to check the tool, if it works, if it can be accurate. if there is any correlation with the 50, whatever. And so let's see. It is going to be interesting at least. Let's go here. So we're talking about the new candle that can be bearish continuation, and I believe it's somewhat likely. Let me show you something here. So this is very, very interesting. According to this, we could expect, at least $10,000. But who knows, right? So this is just a price action, two actions with a lot of volume, a lot of interest. So we will know soon. Other than that, nothing to see here. So we're talking about this shooting star rejected from the golden and the 50. The second one, micro shooting star rejected from the 50, which means the average price, let's say in the whole, in the range, is rejecting the price activity. So it's kind of bearish. And also we know there is a big bearish pattern there. So it kind of makes sense. Let's take a look on a visible range. We are going to find a different value. Actually not, still here, $10,000. Interesting. Let's do bottom it out. Novograd is bullish. The rejections, rejected again and again and again and again. Full of rejections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so maybe next week. Oh, okay, so this is the 3 days. Maybe the next 3, 6 days would make sense. This is our bearish pattern. So there is no way for me to be bullish here. Not in 1 million years, because it is a bearish pattern. But if this is going to be a bull trap, then okay, we had a plan. We are already talking about this. If we go for the bull break, then we jump in, we close the short and jump in the bull. It is going to be a strong move from here. This line here, I'm speculating. It wasn't, we still don't have the last pivot, so I'm just leaving the line here is not relevant for now. And nothing special here on Fibonacci. What we have here that is special is that bearish pattern inside the bearish pattern as well. Bearish development. So how I can be bullish with multiple bearish, evidence, you know? If you look on volume, no buyers interested at all. If I look on OBV, bearish, very, very bearish, no buyers interested. So I don't even know how people can be bullish here. I really don't know. Again, if a bear trap happens, no problem at all. It's part of the game. We understand it. I am not going to change my approach because I know traps, for example, or the bull bear, bear bull. It's not a standard. It's not a long-term behavior, right? So I'm not going to change my approach because they are scamming the market, and no way. Okay, so I'm still waiting for 38,900, close to it. Maybe a little bit below, maybe 38,800. We still don't know the range, but the reason I'm not shorting here is because my liquidation must be above this guy. So it's far away. Okay, even if it goes down from here, patience, that's life. We know we are not going to hit all the trades, but I'm following the fundamentals. And yeah, so if it comes back, we'll see my money. Otherwise, I'm not going to put my money here, especially with so many weird behavior, you know. And yeah, so yeah, so I think this is it for now. If something different happens, something new or something different or something relevant, I will take a look. But for now, the thing I'm eyeing is the euro short in the next 44 minutes, and my liquidation will be above the previous high. I have to take a look on my numbers, but by the following the methodology, it must be above the previous high. Okay, so guys, this is it for now. I hope this analysis can help you. Thanks for your time, thanks for your support as well. And let's keep talking about these possible scenarios, right? And yeah, so I will see you guys soon. See ya.